Welcome back to our Women in Blockchain series. And today we are spotlighting a personal acquaintance and leader that I look up to and admire, Dr. Soulla Louca. She is a professor at the University of Nicosia and also the director of the Institute for the Future. Welcome today.
Thank you for the invitation, Catherine. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to try to inspire more women, especially young women nowadays, to get into the field of blockchain technology and in technologies in general, actually.
Wonderful. Well, we're so glad to have you. And if you haven't seen our other videos, I'm Catherine Carlisle, the Senior Managing Director of the Blockchain Center of Excellence and a graduate from University of Nicosia. So we're very excited to have Dr. Louca here today. Before we start getting into the serious questions, I want to know a fun fact about you. What is something outside of work that you're passionate about or that you enjoy doing?
Well, actually, there are so many things that I'm passionate about that if I was to describe them with one word, I would say life. I love spending time with my family and a few good friends. I love to travel to faraway places and explore new cultures and civilizations. Of course, these past 1.5 years, this has been kind of difficult, but I had the opportunity to further explore Cyprus, my country, my island. I love the sun and the sea, but also the snow, as I have spent 11 years in the Midwest. And we had plenty of snow there, actually. And I got to appreciate there also the beauty of the seasons, because here in Cyprus, many times you cannot distinguish. It's like you have summer and some winter. So there is not a real distinction in the various seasons. I like science fiction movies and I like fashion, but I do not follow fashion trends. I do believe that I have my own style that I adopt according to the occasion.
That's so great. I know we get all 4 seasons here in the Midwest. Here in Bentonville, we're coming off of a very warm summer, but fall is even pictured behind me is my favorite season of the year here. And that's so great. I love getting to know those interesting things and would love to hear more now about the Institute for the Future. And can you describe for us and our listeners what in general it is that the Institute does? And then maybe some projects that you're working on that are especially interesting.
Sure, yes. Thank you for this question to discuss about what we are doing here at IFF. IFF is a research institute founded within the University of Nicosia to explore the effective application of new technologies such as blockchain in industry, government, and education, as well as evaluating the impact on society at large. And right now, IFF is mainly working on crypto assets and blockchain technology, of course, and forecasting. Besides our master's degree in digital currency and blockchain technology, of which you have graduated, and you forgot also to mention that I was your advisor for your thesis.
Yes,
we are involved in several EU and industry-funded projects, such as the EU Blockchain Observatory and Forum, Eunomia, which is a blockchain-based platform for user-oriented, secure, trustful, and decentralized social media environments designed to prioritize trust over likes. Another interesting project is DLT for All, which aims to bridge the educational gap that exists within the blockchain technologies areas. We have built a community of more than 40,000 members. We have 38 chapters that are spread around the globe. And we have also launched to startups in this field. In regards to forecasting, we have launched the Makridakis Open Forecasting Center, named after Professor Makridakis, who is actually the driving force behind it. MOFC is again a center within our IFF that runs the largest academic open data forecasting competition in the world. We refer to them also for short, the M competitions. And they attract actually thousands of participants and have historically broken new ground in state-of-the-art forecasting methodologies. The past couple of years, I have been working personally on Eunomia and DLT for All. Both projects are very interesting for me, but they're ending before the end of this year. Mm-hmm. And so we're currently discussing within the two consortiums how we're going to continue the work once the funding that we have is over, in order to ensure their sustainability. Both projects are funded by the European Commission. But the project, which is close to my heart, is a new one that we will be launching in the fall, and we will deal with sustainability challenges.
It's amazing. So, yeah, I knew you were doing a lot, but wow, that, like you said, the level of impact that the University of Nicosia is having and the Institute for the Future is just so mature for this new technology that you guys have started so early, and just built up so many resources for people wanting to learn and build companies in this space. So that's incredible. What part? So that we said this was new, and I'm assuming, especially you being in higher education, this is not something that you've always taught or always been passionate about, because we haven't always had blockchain. So what part of your background, what educational experiences or professional experiences have you had that have been surprisingly helpful in your ability to teach and to explain blockchains or meet new people in this space and network? What has been surprisingly helpful for you there?
Sure, yes. Well, remember that I was not involved only in teaching blockchain technologies. I was also one of the main people in the beginning involved in setting up the program. So besides my educational background, which is computer science, there are two things during my professional career that I believed helped me quite a bit. The first one, it was the fact that for 7 years, I headed the domain committee for ICT for the European program COST for the 36 member states of COST. Main duties at the time were the evaluation and monitoring of ICT projects, which brought together more than 3,000 researchers in various areas of computer science and computer engineering. And in addition to that, the committee was also responsible for identifying trends and boosting pioneering research activities, and in order to help define strategies within science and technology. That meant that I already had access to a large network of scientists that came handy when we were looking for experts for teaching within the program, as I was a local person at the university setting it up. And in addition, the experience I acquired during that time helped me to see that blockchain technology was not only there to stay, but also it was for new job opportunities that they would be emerging for many people around us. And of course, it also helped me to be more organized in the whole setup of the program. The second thing that helped me was the fact that being at the university, a young university, in the early years, we had to teach a variety of courses. And this actually helped me to better understand myself, the interdisciplinary character of blockchain technologies. Because as we know, blockchain sits at the intersection of computer science and engineering, finance and business, and law. So it was the whole experience that I had over the past years, both with my educational background and then the experience that I acquired afterwards, both teaching at the University of Nicosia and the rest of the professional activities that I believe helped me to get through that.
Thank you for sharing that. And you mentioned something I would love to hear a little bit more about. You said that that committee that kind of established those trends and discoveries in the space. How do you keep up with trends? You're being such a pioneer institution in this space. What kind of advice would you give for others who want to follow? You know, where can we find this good information and explore for ourselves?
Well, one of the things that I would say is try to build a network of people that share similar interests with you, participate in various projects with them, exchange ideas with these people, participate in conferences and workshops. I had the opportunity to do this quite a bit at the past years, participation in various conferences, both as a speaker, but I also tried to attend events, especially this past 2 years that we have moved everything online. It was just so easy to participate on all these different events with just sitting, at home. The main problem that I had to face usually were for events that were scheduled like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to really participate, but then I was like falling asleep at the same time. And of course, reading and writing.
I definitely agree with you there. It's such a collaborative technology that there is no really studying blockchains and in a closed space. You have to be exposed to so many other different disciplines or industries or people, and I think what that brings to the table are a lot of different philosophies get formed about this type of emerging technology. Do you have any specific beliefs or strong held kind of philosophies or theories about blockchains and where they're going in the future, and something we could all keep in mind as we watch it develop?
Well, I have some ideas on, my own personal ideas on this. Maybe others even within IFF do not share them, but many countries around the globe are well into the fourth industrial revolution since the initial one that we had back in the 18th century. I say many countries because not all countries have the same adoption rates. And we are looking into a revolution which is characterized by a fusion of different technologies. But one of the major features of this fourth industrial revolution is this mixture of the emerging technologies breakthroughs in a number of different fields, included and not limited to robotics, AI, virtual and augmented reality, IoT, 5G, and so on. But at the same time, blockchain seems to be the driving force of this revolution. Blockchain technology has brought about a new era in network computing with built-in intelligence to provide us an internet of value, an internet of more trust. transferring value with blockchain-based smart networks instead of relying on human-based institutions will make intermediaries become, first of all, obsolete. We are not going to need them anymore. So we are looking, in my belief, at the changes of the institutional structure of our society, and more of a computationally based society. So we may be looking at a new paradigm shift within the society that will impact our everyday transactions. And everyday transactions, I even mean even among the transactions, the interactions that we have with others in whatever we are doing, not only the financial ones. But we need to keep in mind at the same time that blockchain is not a standalone and discrete kind of thing.
Yes.
Its true power is shown when it is converged with the rest of the technologies that we have around us to build the necessary applications.
Yes, that is, I think, a shared belief that we have, and we want to expose our students to that as well, considering that, you know, technology doesn't happen alone. It's a collaborative process, and a lot of times, most times, blockchains will include other tools and things like AI and IoT, like you mentioned. So I thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And this is my favorite question that we have for the interview. Who or what inspires you every day to get up and learn about this and lead these programs? And why do they inspire you?
Well, what inspires me actually is, you're going to laugh now, is old and new science fiction movies. The old ones, because what we see in the old science fiction movies, what was science fiction some years ago, today is reality.
Yes.
And the new ones, they just open our horizons on what to expect in the future. And in addition to that, the whole idea of accomplishment and success, the satisfaction that one feels when accomplishing something.
I have to ask you now a curveball question. What is your favorite what's your favorite science fiction book or movie? I'd love to know, because I'm a fan as well. So I'd love to follow whatever that is.
Star Trek.
Yes, absolutely. I like the new movie.
Anything that deals with, you know, a tragic. Yeah.
Space exploration. That's great.
Yes, space exploration. Yep.
So,
but then you find different technologies.
Yes, yes. And now for our last question, do you have any advice for younger women who are interested in careers with blockchain-based technologies?
Yes, I do actually. And it's something that whenever I am asked similar questions, because I do participate in various events for women in blockchain. It is a well-known fact that blockchain technology and in general, the technological field is male-dominated. Young women, they should not let anybody try to intimidate them or put them down. What I would say to them, you are all smart, sophisticated, beautiful young women. You can do whatever you send your mind for, and your limits are boundless. Be yourself, go for it.
That's so special. Thank you for saying that. And I'm sure our students will appreciate hearing that encouragement as well. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Soulla Louca, for joining us today, and have a wonderful week.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was a pleasure talking with you, Catherine, and looking forward to, you know, actually do some collaboration projects together and with other young women, of course.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.